Made
Boom.
my own appointment.
You made your own first appointment?
Well, other than like doctor, my first dentist appointment, I think, on my own.
That's a big deal. How old are you?
30.
It happens.
Haven't been in a minute.
You're 30 exactly?
Yeah, I'll be 31 this month, right?
31.
31 on the 28th.
How old is Alex?
I think he's 33. Yeah, because he's like 2.5 years older than me. So when I turn 31, he'll turn 34.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Jazz and Diego podcast.
The best.
The best sibling podcast
Brother,
on the
sister.
internet. Name another one. You don't know. Exactly. You can't.
None.
0.
No chance.
Now.
Bruh, Jasmine, and Diego podcast.
What that is, Mar.
Oh, you got that? My app isn't working. Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, when I was editing the video, my hair looked crazy. It looked like I
hadn't noticed it.
It looked like I had a toupee.
I didn't notice it in person. And
Well,
then
'cause it was
even
on
like
this side.
even like when I was watching the video, like it's not something that I was like really paying attention to. So hopefully,
Yeah.
well, now that you said it, but it wasn't terrible. But it was funny when you.
It was
you're
out of
like,
nowhere. I was like, God
"Look at
damn.
this." Is that why you put a hat on today?
No, my hair. I have to take a shower
Oh.
and then get a haircut. But have you heard all the P Diddy stuff?
No. All I know is that his house got raided.
Okay.
And I saw a TikTok. I mean, it could be like not even true, but he was like on a live and he brought on this little girl, and people are speculating that it's this little girl that went missing like 6 years ago or something. Yeah, but I don't know.
Goddamn.
They like compared pictures side by side, and it looks like it could be her, but then
Well, he's definitely in trouble.
yeah, okay.
Like,
So
for
do you
sure,
know what
certified.
they found?
I feel I don't know a lot yet, and there's more stuff that keeps coming out every day about it, just because it's like an ongoing case. But the first thing that happened that like broke the internet was a bunch of files from the government that got released. I'm assuming like on purpose, because you can search it up and stuff.
Okay.
And it was like a court case what they had against P Diddy, and it was like evidence, like video evidence,
From
pictures of previous times where he had like.
been in trouble already.
Well, he had not been in trouble, just like they've been getting this stuff on
Okay.
him.
Okay.
So it was pictures of like actors having sex with like white people, like white guys who are straight and stuff like that, and just weird stuff, and then abuse, and then forcing people to do coke, like telling them to go to the restroom and do coke, and just like crazy stories, prostitutes and stuff like that. And then now because of that, people are going back and like rappers' music and like rappers' interviews when they start mentioning Diddy, like it starts to make sense because they're always like, "Oh, Diddy's parties go crazy," or they say like Meek Mill has a song saying, "I hope everybody forgives me for what me and Diddy did," or something like that.
Jeez.
So it's like, without this information, you would think, "Oh, maybe they beat someone up,"
Something
but not
smaller,
like
not
Epstein Island level of
that-
stuff,
Yeah.
blackmail and everything.
Yeah, because
And he
Emmett
has-
said that he had cameras.
Yeah,
like,
he
all
had
of
cameras
his
in
rooms.
every room and was just recording without permission. And then I think he's arrested right now. He was trying to flee the country via plane, and then they forced his landing. They did like a forced landing, I guess.
Oh my
And they arrested him on the
goodness.
spot, and they raided his 2 houses that he has. Yeah, so he's going down. And there's other ties. Supposedly, people are trying to drag Jay-Z into this because I think this is factual. Jay-Z was with like a minor, I guess, at a certain point in his career, early in his career, like the 90s. And they're saying like, since he's friends with Diddy and all that stuff.
Since he tried to flee already, then I don't think they'll let them go now because
No.
it's
They caught
flight
him.
risk. Like he'll literally
Yeah.
leave. So he's gonna be in custody probably until his trial.
Yeah. And actually this whole thing started because people were starting to speculate that Diddy killed Tupac. Like Diddy had him killed. So that's how everything started. And then it kind of just, I think people fully accept that as the truth now. And then more and more started coming out. And like now there's videos of Usher being like grabbed by P. Diddy in interviews. And Kevin Hart, I have to find it. There's like an interview. Kevin Hart, P. Diddy, and Usher are next to each other standing. And then Kevin Hart's laughing because P Diddy just told Usher that like Usher loves to wrestle, and Kevin Hart's like, did y'all just hear what he said?
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. Man, it's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed, at all. Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. Usher.
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
What the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes. And we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was fucking stupid. Listen.
We having a good time, yo. Your Usher made it in the... Hey, yo.
Like he was like awake, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
like he knew.
He was aware of what was going on.
Yeah, and he was like laughing it off. But you could tell Usher was uncomfortable. And then there's another like all this stuff comes up, and now everything else is resurfacing. So there's an old Usher interview with Howard Stern that he was on. I don't know how old it is, but it's definitely not recent. Where he talks about how he grew up and how he knew Diddy when he was like 14, and that he went alone and lived with Diddy for years.
Oh, so he really knows them then.
Yeah, like, so it's pretty scary.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
When they let everything out.
Yeah, cause.
Bruh. and now that it's out, it's obviously people are gonna come out and say now, like, oh yeah, he did this to me, or I was around when this happened.
Yeah,
this and that.
yeah, it's only gonna get worse.
It's super.
And it sucks too because everybody's like, if you want to bring race into it, like we shouldn't be doing this to our own people and stuff like that. But P Diddy was doing it to his own people this whole time, just trapping them, putting them in these terrible situations.
So bad. And he's someone that I never even like pay attention to.
Yeah, he was kind of like, he was a rapper at first, I believe, in the 90s, and then he kind of transitioned into being a manager and owning businesses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Being a mogul.
That's crazy. I mean, am I surprised? Not really. But
yeah,
I just want to know how much they actually found on him and who else is involved.
Yeah.
Is anybody else gonna go to jail, or are people gonna get canceled or whatever? I don't know. Do people really get canceled nowadays?
No, unless, because people have been gone canceled before, but like, they are just gone.
Like who?
Kevin Spacey.
Oh, I don't even know who that is.
He's like an old white guy. He was in the House of Cards. He was like the main character.
Okay.
And they found out that he was like molesting little boys, or like talking and flirting with 16-year-old boys.
Wow. And
then now he's not in any movie. If I showed you a picture of him, you would know.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then who else? I mean, you can't cancel Kanye. You can't cancel Joe Rogan. There's just certain people.
That's what I'm saying. But
where if they're big enough, and I feel like maybe people understand them, they won't cancel them because it's like you could.
Or they'll just win their people back.
Yeah, because it's not. I think the point where you get canceled is when if it's a 100% net negative thing that you did. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times it's not. People get canceled. It's not even necessarily a terrible thing. But like they found out this guy, Andrew Huberman. You've seen his TikToks. A super scientific guy. He's good looking with a beard. He's kind of buff.
I think so.
He's always like, make sure you get your sleep and you don't drink caffeine until or past 12 or whatever. Uh-huh. People are getting on him because I guess he's like kind of like a fuckboy. Like in real life, like he has hella hoes and talks to girls and I guess maybe cheated on his girlfriend or something. Mm-hmm. But people are trying to cancel him now. But in my opinion, it's not going to work because he's still providing cool scientific information.
If he's just a fuckboy, that's not going to get him canceled because a lot of guys are that. So
yeah, but
like if he hurt a woman, like.
Yeah, there's no allegations of physical abuse. It's more just, I guess you could say, emotional.
He's just like a player.
Yeah, he's just a player.
He's not going to get canceled for that.
Yeah, but that's pretty funny.
I saw a theory that, you know how like people say that like Michael Jackson was like messing with little kids and stuff? The theory was that he knew what was going on in Hollywood, so that's why he created like a safe space. That's why he did like all the kid stuff at his house, because he knew what was going on at other people's houses. So he wanted them to come hang out with him because he didn't want that to happen to them.
Yeah.
So then I'm thinking,
I can see that kind of.
Yeah.
Kinda.
I mean, we'll never know, obviously, because he's not here. But I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
And when I heard that, I was like, that makes sense too.
It could be, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And
But
he was just painted out to be the bad guy all the time.
I mean, you can't lie. He looks like the bad guy, though. He has no nose.
But that was just him trying to
that was
change
him.
the way he
Yeah,
looked.
yeah. He had mental issues about his
also,
body.
that could have also stemmed from because he knew what was going on. He was
Well, I think if you're in a position, if you are Michael Jackson, if someone clicked the button and you became Michael Jackson, but you still were Jasmine or whatever, but you had that level of power and influence, you wouldn't be normal.
No.
You would turn out exactly like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
He's like a prime example of how, and it's happening to Kanye, where it's like if you're just too famous, you're done.
Too famous. Mm-hmm.
You can't even connect with reality and be a real person, especially him.
I agree.
And there's a bunch of conspiracies about Michael Jackson too, about how he owned a lot of music, like a lot of other artists' music, and their rights to it as like a form of protection, I'm assuming, but that they killed him because of that. He owned over like 60%.
Oh shit!
Let me see.
Know that.
Let me check myself.
I don't know much about him. Sorry, people.
Nobody does, really. I didn't. What's it called? How much?
Take a bite of what this looks like. Dog.
What'd you
food.
get? What'd you make? Tell them what you made.
It's not bad. It's tater tots with eggs, cheese, and salsa, and ketchup, because I have to have ketchup on everything. But
I don't know.
because I had to make something soft. I was gonna eat some chips, and I was like, oh, I can't eat that.
Yeah. I think he also owned his masters. Yeah, and he owned 50% of Sony. 50% of Sony.
That's a lot.
No, it's half
Yeah.
of Sony. Yeah, and they paid to get it back.
And what was his cause of death? Like
Overdose.
Um.
He was doing drugs. Doctor gave him too much.
So it was like an accidental one,
That's
like
what
a
they say.
medical one.
Yeah. Let me see, but let me confirm.
See, but this is what we said last time. Everyone's always like a medical overdose or something.
Cardiac arrest. On June 25th, 2009, Michael Jackson, one of the most commercially successful entertainers in history, died at the age of 50 at his home in Los Angeles, California, after suffering from cardiac arrest caused by a fatal combination of drugs given to him by his personal doctor. So he was killed by his doctor because he made a concoction of the wrong stuff. Now I'm going into a rabbit hole of like his final words.
I wonder if he like suspected something happening to him, you know?
At that level, I would anyways. I mean, now I'm paranoid and I'm broke. So it's like, imagine if I had billions of dollars, owned half of Sony, owned my own catalog, owned other people's catalogs. Because now it's rare if you own your own music.
Right.
That's the whole thing, is that you don't own it.
You know what, like when I was younger and I first started like listening to music, I thought everyone made their own music.
No.
I was so shocked when I found out that
there's writers and it's all produced.
I'm like,
even Beyonce. Yeah. She's a great, not to take away from how great she is at all. I don't want to get hate, but like she has writers on her songs.
Yeah.
She has other producers.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And they're like, and they're top tier GOAT producers, top tier writers.
Yep.
That's why. But at that level, they're just trying to make the best thing ever.
And
like she's trying to make the next Thriller. That's the thing.
And she's, I mean,
so
obviously
you need
she's
all that.
good at singing and performing, so she doesn't care.
Yeah.
That she doesn't write the music.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm still gonna sing. That's her.
I haven't heard it yet. Have you heard it? The new country album?
Is it out?
It's out. Oh, yeah. And I only heard a snippet of a Jolene song. I guess you covered Jolene.
Okay.
From.
Oh, I think so. That's like all over TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that. It doesn't really sound country though.
I don't know.
That's what some people were saying. But
really?
we have to listen to the whole album first, because I've only heard that one song.
But why does it matter if it sounds country? Why can't it just be its own sound? Like, I get you want it to sound a certain way, but it's hot in here, right?
Well, because she's claiming for it to be a country album. So how's it gonna be a country album? It doesn't sound like country.
Well, there's gonna be a certain point where, like, the country that we have now isn't gonna be the country we're gonna have, right? It's gonna change.
Mm.
So it's like, to me, I don't know. This might be thinking too deep into it, but like, at what point is it country and at what point is it not country? Like, there's no fine line. There's no, like, credentials, right?
But there has to be, because it has to fall into that category.
Yeah, but at what point do you hold people back from saying, like, you can't change this music genre? Because music genres change. Like, rap changed into different styles. So country has to change into different styles.
Yeah, I guess just how
That's
far
the-
off it, like,
Yeah.
trails.
It's crazy. I get what you're saying. If it sounds like a dance album, like her last one,
Mm-hmm.
but she just put country on it, okay, yeah. That's
Yeah.
not country.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying?
That's why I have to
Okay.
wait and see and actually listen to the other songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, any what's been going on with you? Any life updates? You want me to start with my life updates?
I quit that job. We can
No.
put that in.
Blur out your finger.
Okay, we'll blur it out. But yeah, I quit that job.
Okay.
I don't work there anymore. After talking shit about it last episode,
Yeah.
yeah, I quit that job.
That's how long that lasted.
Yeah. That's how fast I make my decisions, woman. Fast decision maker.
Because you got another job though.
Because I got another job that's better.
Yeah,
That's
don't say where you're working.
yeah. At Victoria's Secret.
Customer service.
Customer service
Not
Victoria's
a Victoria's
Secret.
Secret, but a customer service
Yeah.
representative.
I pick up the phone now instead of picking up bales of potatoes
Yeah.
and bending
In
over
office, in an office
3,000 times. I have a regular Bob office job.
job. 9 to 5 or whatever.
Water cooler talk.
What you start Monday?
Yeah.
What time? You don't know.
I don't know yet.
never-
They're gonna send me like the information.
Oh, okay.
I just signed the acceptance thing and then they're gonna send me the whole packet. Anyways.
So the minute you signed it, you called the other place.
Yeah. I was like, all right. I was just waiting for the good, like, just the email.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy if I quit with no email. They haven't even sent me
You
that.
would do that, bro. You've
I
been
would.
wanting to.
That's the thing about me. I don't give a fuck. I just be quitting.
We'll see. We'll see when your wallet's empty. You're like, I should have stayed there.
9 to 5 ain't gonna take me where I'm trying to go. That's just, Jasmine, that's the thing. You see, if you gotta think big, Jasmine, you gotta think in the big plan.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
we were talking shit on you. Not really shit, because we weren't saying like anything bad like about what you're doing and stuff. But David was like, "Oh, guess who's gonna be working at my job?" And then Mom told Alex like, "Oh, Diego got a job with them." And then Alex started like mimicking you, like the way you talk. Like right now, you're like, "Oh, going like that," and it was so funny because he was sounding just like you. You know, he doesn't really do
Yeah, he
stuff
doesn't
like
really
that.
do that.
So we were laughing, and because I think he saw us like enjoying it, he like kept doing it, and it
Yeah.
was funny. And then Mom was like, "Yeah, déjalo, pobrecito."
you
I was like,
mean?
"Mom, he doesn't. It's not like we're saying anything bad about him." I
Yeah.
was like, "We all copy each other all the time."
Yeah.
It was so funny though because he sounded just like you. I was dying. He was doing like a little hand motion like that, and I like you just picture him doing it. It's so funny.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm starting that. So right now I'm just chilling. I'm probably gonna go to the park later. Do some.
Cool. There's Big Hat Days this weekend.
Oh, it is? That's in Clovis, right?
Mhm.
I'm down to go. You down to go?
Yeah, we'll probably go.
Yeah.
I'll let you know what day, Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure.
Anyways. Let's see what's entertaining, Jasmine.
Let me
These
tell you about
chips.
my dentist. Oh, I'm not doing that right now. I can't.
Oh yeah, you can. But talk about your dentist.
You want to do that today
I'll-
or the next one?
Will you actually do it? These are hot chips.
The next one?
We actually got hot chips. 1 chip challenge.
Well, I won't eat the whole. I can't eat the whole thing though.
No, you
I'll
won't-
take a bite.
Well, no, don't
Not
take a bite.
today,
You
though.
just went to the dentist.
Excuse me.
But
No, not
tell
today.
him your whole dentist lore and your story and
My lore.
your origin story.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna put myself on blast that bad, but I hadn't been to the dentist in a minute. Okay, and then
A minute,
maybe 2 minutes.
maybe 3.
And then my top wisdom tooth grew in, so immediately I knew I had to get that pulled out. But that grew in like dead ass like 2 years ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't bothering me, and then recently it started bothering me. So I had to put on my big girl panties and schedule my own dentist appointment. And yeah, I went today thinking it was just gonna be like a cleaning, and you were like reassuring. They're not gonna do anything
That's
today.
what I thought it was.
Me either.
Yeah.
And then, first of all, it's been a minute since I've been to the dentist because when
A minute. A long minute. A while.
a long time. When they did the first round of X-rays, you're like standing in something that goes around your head.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't seen that. That's new to me.
Actually, I don't think I've seen that.
So
The
I
one
don't know when that came out.
they don't have the teeth one.
They do.
Okay,
That's
did
like
they?
a more in-depth one.
Yeah.
But they'll start by just doing it like around your head to kind of just see like the outside.
Yeah.
And then if they feel the need, they know like where to look once they go in. So then they did both. They did that one that goes around your head. You're just standing and it's just like a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did the mouthpieces, which I hate, bro.
Yeah, you put in those
Disgusting.
huge mouthpieces
Big.
that go all the way back to your mouth.
Mm-hmm. And then they're
And you
like,
start
stay
crying.
there for 1 second, and they walk away to the next room, and then and I'm trying like not to spit it out.
Yeah.
And then they did that, and then they're really nice though. I was really nervous because this is like a new dentist, never been to, no one's been to. But they were nice, and then she was taking a minute writing everything down. I was like, oh my god. And then she's like, okay, the doctor's gonna come in. So the doctor came in, and then I was surprised that he was a Mexican man. I don't know, I was just thinking like
Stereotype.
white guy
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And he was speaking Spanish to everybody. So I fucked up because I said hi in Spanish. So then he immediately started talking to me in Spanish, which obviously I understand, but I was nervous to speak it back because I sound like a...
You're not as fluent as him.
Yeah, exactly. But he caught on. He knew.
Cool.
And then he was like, ay, Jasmine. I was like if he knew me.
Yeah.
And I was like, ¿Qué pasó, señor? And then he was like, tú dime a mí. And I was like, oh my god. And then he was like, we have to pull that tooth out. And I was like, I know. And then he was like, let me see when we can get you scheduled. And I was like, okay, it's not gonna happen today. So he walks out, and then his assistant comes in, and she has like paperwork to sign. And I'm like, what the fuck is that for? And then she's like, oh, the doctor said he has time today real quick if you want to do it since you're here. Immediately my freaking heart like sank to my stomach, and I was like, oh my god. And in my head I'm like, I won't come back. Like dead ass, I won't come back. So I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, we'll just do it right now then. And she was like, okay. She's like, it'll be quick, just a few minutes. And I'm thinking, yeah, right, like it's not gonna be that fast. No, I signed that paper. They came in, he started taking everything out, and I was like, and then I seen the syringe for the shot. My hands are sweating. My back is dripping.
Your balls are sweating.
I'm like holding my phone so tight, and you can see like the imprint on my fingers.
Damn.
And then he's like, "It's okay. Like I'm not even doing anything
Calm
yet."
down.
And I was like, "Okay, you're right." I was like, "Okay, calm down." So I'm laying there, and then he grabs the syringe and he's like coming towards my mouth, and I'm like, "Oh my god." And he's like, nada pasa, trying to like calm me down. And then he like did the first one, and it obviously hurt, right? But then he like sat me up for a second, and then he was like, okay, I'm gonna put a little bit more. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he was like, ¿Qué está pasando? I was like, no me gusta. And then that's when he was like, well, who does like it? And I was like, you're right, I ain't no bitch, like I'm fine. After that I was like, you're overreacting, it's okay, calm down. So then, from the minute he put in the first shot to the time the tooth was out, it was like 5 minutes.
Oh, wow. That was
He
fast.
was fast. I was so scared.
He was in there.
He was like, you're going to feel some tugging, but like, I guess like wisdom teeth are easier to take out.
Yeah.
And then he was like, but you'll be fine. Like, everything's going to be okay. And I was like, okay. So he was like tugging, and I was just scared to hear like a crack or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Because sometimes they'll crack them and then pull them out. So I was just like, oh, like so scared. And then he's like, okay, it's out. And I was like, what? Like, that's it? And he's like, yeah, that's it. And then he just like cleaned up and then put the little gauze. And then I stood up, and I have, you know how you have like the apron? It was clean. I swear, every time I've gone and they put the apron on me, it's so dirty.
But he's a good worker.
So he's a good...
He's in and out.
Yeah. He knew exactly what he was doing.
He was fruit ninjaing up your teeth right there.
Yeah, he was... I was like, no wonder he had time. That took 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was very surprised. I was in shock when he was done. I was like, that just happened. I'm done.
It's done?
I can go.
I'm leaving.
But, yeah, so it wasn't bad. But the the numbing is starting to wear off right now, so it's like
it's starting to hurt.
starting to feel a little bit sore. He said it's gonna feel sore for like a week, but I have to go back next week anyway because I have to get fillings because I'm a child and I have a cavity.
Nah,
And
it happens.
I have old ones too, like from when we were super young, you know.
Yeah.
And he said that he wants to try and redo them just so everything's like goes
Yeah.
together, you know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
like a dentist here with all my freaking
Different color medals.
yeah,
It
exactly.
looks like you have a grill on, but you just have cavities.
just cavities.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I don't think I'm scared anymore of the dentist, just because
You overcame
made
some
it.
trauma.
Yeah, I think that.
Do you want to tell
fear-
them what happened the last time you went to the dentist and why you were so scared?
Well, not the last. It was like the first
Well,
time I went when I was
The
little.
first and last time you went to the dentist.
when I was 6 years old.
Yeah. So
No, I've
because
been
then
back
that
since then,
would
but-
give some more context as to why you're so terrified of the doctor.
I had to get. It was the same. I had to get a tooth pulled,
Mhm.
but
And you were
I was
6.
already scared of like doctors and stuff. I think because of when I got
And you're a
burned.
kid. You're scared. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and you got burned. You gotta
Yeah.
tell that story too.
All today, or should we save it for the next one?
We'll save it for the next one.
Okay,
This
but
one
I'll
just
tell my dentist story.
Yeah.
So I was like 6 and I had to get a tooth pulled, but I was super scared of needles. So they literally like strapped me down, and there was like it was 2 doctors, 2 like the actual dentist, the nurses, and then my dad at the time. They're all holding me down so they can like give me a shot to put me to sleep. And I was scared I wasn't gonna wake up because they're telling me, yeah, we're gonna put you to sleep, and I'm thinking like, for how long? Like, what do you mean? And I'm gonna be
They're gonna
asleep.
put you in a crime
And I'm
machine.
gonna wake up with like no teeth. Like
Yeah.
I didn't understand what was actually going on.
No teeth.
And the fact that they literally, I can literally like close my eyes and picture like the room and like
Okay.
everything.
It's
It was
burned into your mind.
Yes. And then I just remember waking up and they're like carrying me out and I'm like drooling all over the shoulder. And I was like, never again. And
Yeah.
after that, I asked Mom, every time she took me to the dentist, I wouldn't let them
Yeah.
like go near me. How do you do that to a kid and think nothing's gonna happen?
Yeah. People are
I was literally like
insensitive
6
to
years
kids.
old, and that was
And that's the prime time when you're scared of doctors.
yeah.
Like anyone who's not your parent trying to do something to you is at 6.
Yeah,
That's
and they
scary.
were literally, I was like on the chair and they're like holding down my legs and my arms. Yeah. And then I'm like dozing off and
Yeah.
I'm like, they're
You're
killing
fighting for
me.
your life.
And literally. So
That's
that
why.
trauma,
Yeah.
serious.
But you beat it
But
today.
I think today, because he called me, he's like, nothing's happening. And I was like,
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
nothing is happening.
I'm just in my head
Yeah.
about it.
And then because he was so smooth taking out the tooth, I was like,
Mhm. He
I
was in
trust
there
you. Yeah.
cutting it up.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even know.
No, but they showed it to me after.
What did it look like?
Huge, bruh. It was literally like from like this top of my pinky.
God damn. Like that deep?
The wisdom
That-
tooth. That's how long it
It was
was.
on the top row?
The very top and the back.
Damn.
You don't have your wisdom teeth?
Nah.
They never grew in?
I don't think so. I mean, they don't hurt.
Sometimes they'll grow in straight.
Uh-huh.
Most of the time they don't though. So if they grow in
I
straight,
think
then
I'm good for now.
you're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was huge. And he pulled it out in one piece.
Yeah.
He's professional.
He's pro.
I feel
Measure
like
twice, cut once.
I feel like he probably started in Mexico and realized how much money he can make in the US.
Maybe,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
came over here and was
He was like, "Are they're taxing in the U.S.?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to the U.S. Fuck Tijuana."
Because he was
Yeah.
giving that vibe.
Yeah.
Like he'd been doing it for a minute.
Mm-hmm. I mean, doing it that fast, I'm sure he's like, if I can do it this fast over there, I can get so many appointments
In one day.
in one day.
They have me back in
So
a week
much
already.
money. Yeah. But
But yeah, it wasn't. It was worse in my head, for sure. But it depends on the dentist you go to.
that too.
I've had bad dentists, like
They're
even as
cold, they're
older, they're
mean.
mean. They don't really care about you. And I
Yeah.
feel like you're literally there with your mouth wide open. You're so vulnerable. They can literally,
Yeah.
you're just like laying there.
a
They
very
can do
sensitive
anything.
part of your body, your mouth.
Yeah.
And they're just
Mhm.
with knives and steel
Yeah,
chipping away at your back tooth.
I know.
Mm.
But it was
Mm-mm-mm.
not bad.
So with
Okay.
this, if we wait, because I was thinking of just taking one, but if we wait, would you do it though?
I
Since-
can't
because we
eat,
have to wait for
but
your
I
teeth.
wouldn't do the whole thing.
Okay, that's fine. Take
a
you
nibble.
would take not a nibble, but you gotta take a bite. Take a bite. Okay, let me open it first.
Yeah, let me. See. Well, it's like
This one's
in
open
it,
already.
it's like in its own package, right?
Yeah,
Inside.
so you open it or whatever. It's in here. This is the chip.
Let me see.
It's a single chip.
Bruh.
And it came with a glove that you have to put on.
No way.
that you have to put on before you eat it.
No way.
And these are the rules.
Bro, that's so dusty.
Rules for the challenge.
Oh, it's
Step 1. Prepare some milk or soft drink. I got 2 glasses of milk right next to me. Step 2. Wear the glove provided and eat the chip. Step 3. Share your video. #red. Whatever. They're not paying us. But, yeah.
wait. So you already poured the milk. So you're gonna do it?
I mean, I could pour the milk back in the... It's pouring back in the thing. I can go out of my way to do that. I'll put it back in here. But you're gonna do it though?
I would literally just
Like,
bite like
no.
this much.
You gotta bite into like halfway. But not right now.
No,
like
I know,
next week.
not today,
It'll be
but
good. But you will. Jasmine, for the pod, you can't hold the pod back. This entertainment. Do you want to entertain? Do you want to be a part of the?
all right.
All right. Next episode. Holding her accountable. And she still hasn't finished the book.
And we're gonna pour your milk back in right now. Save it for
Yeah.
next week.
We're going to pour it. We save milk.
Ew, I don't even like milk, so I'm glad.
But it tastes good. It's relieving when you have that. Like
You-
water isn't as good as milk.
I know,
when your
but
mouth
I'll
is
probably
burning.
buy like some ice cream or something.
You could do that too. We have ice cream. But next episode.
All right. Then I probably won't even wear like makeup because I'm gonna be crying. I'm
Sweating and
sure.
crying?
Yeah, sweating and crying, or wanting to like touch my face.
Shitting yourself, throwing up, and everything.
Gross. I feel like you're gonna throw up for sure.
Yeah.
You are.
I actually have a clip. I'll put it up
What?
of the last episode I did of a podcast I did previously that ended. The one with Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Where in that last episode I did the nicotine pouches, the Zins.
Mm-hmm.
I did
Oh.
the Zins and I put 2 on top on my upper lip and 2 in my bottom lip, and I threw up. But it's funny because I throw up on camera, and then I throw up in one cup because it's the cup I was drinking my coffee in.
You're gross.
And then I know I'm gonna still keep throwing up, so he's laughing, and I'm like, give me something else to throw up in. So then he gives me his cup.
He's watching you. He's watching you throw up.
Yeah, I have the video, and then I throw up in that cup, and I'm like, all right, I'm good. And then we continue the video. But it's because I had too much nicotine. I didn't know too much nicotine would make you throw up, so that's why that happened.
Well,
And that was my first time.
Yeah, when your body's not used to it.
Yeah, I was like tweaking on camera, so
Wait,
I
how
might
did
put
it
that
feel,
in here.
though?
Not that cool. Like nicotine. I mean, I also overdid it. You're supposed to do one. One that has about like 10 grams
And
of
you did
nicotine.
4?
I did 4. So I did like 40.
Why do you do that?
Oh, because I'm trying to get famous, Jasmine. Because I don't want to be working. At breaking my back lifting potatoes. So yes, I'll put 40 milligrams of nicotine in my mouth. Okay? Anything for views.
Can't do that.
But that's why.
Okay.
But I never do it again. I didn't like it. Like
Which-
the cigar, that was kind of cool, but it's not. I don't know. Nicotine's just not worth it for me. Some
No.
people love nicotine.
I've never
it's
had
not
it.
for me. No, it just feels like.
Okay, well, I tried like.
If coffee makes you anxious, you're not gonna like nicotine because nicotine just makes you anxious.
Mm,
It just amplifies it.
dang, your dad should not be smoking.
Like any drug, it just amplifies whatever feeling you're already having. I would say.
Okay.
Right.
Well.
If you're sad and you're drinking, you're gonna be depressed drinking.
Right.
If you're anxious and then you pop in a Zen, you're not gonna be Zen. You're gonna be tweaking.
More anxious. Got you. What'd you do with the pack?
Threw it away. I finished it. I ate them all. I
Wait.
put it in some milk and I just.
But it
What?
dissolves in your mouth. I thought it was like a little packet.
Yeah, it's a white little pouch, and it's inside the pouch. You put it in your bottom or upper lip, whatever, and then it absorbs through your gums. So it's pretty instant. It takes like a couple of minutes.
But then you take the pouch out.
Then you take the pouch
okay.
out. Yeah.
Got you.
Once it's done, however long that takes. But
What else, bruh? There's a ghost. I think
let's
I have
see.
something. Hold on.
what do you? I mean, I've been listening to some stuff we can talk about.
Listen.
Kendrick and Drake haven't. There's no update on that. That's what I'll say. No response from either side. No Cole. No Drake. Nobody.
None of the girls.
But then
have spoken.
Kanye started acting stupid. Kanye's kind of made it about himself,
He wants to be involved.
I guess.
He
I
feels
don't know if
left
he
out.
felt offended because there was no shots towards him, so like he's not a threat.
What about me, guys?
Yeah. It was. I don't know. It was kind of out of left field for Kanye to respond the way he did.
What did he say?
It was just a story on Instagram
Oh.
that he posted, and it was like, everybody knows I washed Kendrick in No Parties in LA, which is a song he has with Kendrick, which he didn't wash him in. Kendrick washed him in it. Kendrick's just a better rapper. Kanye's not a better rapper than Kendrick.
So what do you like about him so much?
It's more the whole package.
Mm.
Like, it's like, yeah, he's not the best rapper, but he's got crazy beats, cool ideas for albums, and he just does something different every album, usually. That's why. He's not the greatest rapper, though.
Yeah.
I'll accept that. Like, he's not going to outbar
Okay.
Jay-Z. He's not going to outbar Eminem. But if in terms of art, he's an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Kanye's an artist, but he's not a rapper.
Okay.
I mean, he is a rapper, but not top 3.
That makes more.
I remember one time someone tried to tell me that Kanye wasn't a rapper. I was like, you're stupid. Are you brain dead? And it was a girl, so it was even worse. I was like, you're dumb. And then this person liked E40, and they were a big E40 fan.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, that's rap. They were trying to use that as like a spectrum for rap. But it's like, no, that's just different rap.
It's just a different one, yeah.
It's just because yo dumbass grew up in a bubble and think only E40 is rap. Like,
wait, who are you talking about? Bleep it out. TikTok. I mean, I wrote like a note about it, but I'm gonna try and find it. But basically, this is more change the subject. It's more of like goal setting, goal getting type thing.
Okay.
This girl, she said that her dad would always tell her, like, if you want something, like let's say you want a house or a car or something, and she said, if you can't see it before you see it, then you'll never see it.
Yeah.
And it's so simple, but when people say things like a certain way,
yeah, it definitely hits different.
Yeah, like you want a car, but if you can't picture yourself in that car,
affording that car,
and seeing it like in your life, then you're never gonna see it.
Yeah,
and that's like the problem with a lot of people is like they want all these things, but
they can't even imagine themselves in that position.
Yeah, you really have to picture it and be like, yeah, that's gonna be my car.
There's a lot of books that I've read that are like spiritual books or whatever. Like, which one is it? The Power of Self-Awareness, or like, there's another one. Think and Grow Rich. Like, the whole idea is you are what you think. So if you use your imagination and think about positive things, or think, like you said, think of yourself in your dream car, and eventually you get to the point where you can afford it, then you buy your dream car, and then you did it all because you just thought about it.
You just kept thinking about it.
That's the first step, is just thinking about it and believing that you can do it.
Yeah, because if you see it and you're like, nah, it's not going to be mine, then it's not. Crazy. That was it. And then I have this weird one. It's just, I was looking up how to, I was thinking of hash browns the other day. Okay. And then I started thinking too much about the word hash browns. And I was like, did I just make that up, or is that actually what it's called? So I had to Google hash browns. Yeah. And it really is. And I just thought, like, that's so weird to name a potato just a hash brown. And then I started thinking of like other weird words, and the whole day I was just thinking like that.
It's all words.
That word is.
They're not real. We made them up.
Sounds.
They're concepts.
Everything's just a sound.
Everything's a sound. Everything's an idea.
But like hash brown really threw me for a loop, because it's like, okay, these are tater tots, and the other ones, because they're smashed in like a log, it's like a hash brown.
There's a fry, tater tots, hash brown,
roasted potato.
Potatoes are really just a very valuable food. You can do a lot with them. Yeah. They're flexible.
Also, like, if you're like trying to like
go potatoes,
watch where you're eating and stuff, and if you're like, let's say you are eating your carbs or whatever, you could get like almost twice the amount of potatoes as you could rice. Okay. So it's like better to eat potatoes, and I feel like potatoes are better than rice personally.
Yeah, you can just do more with potatoes, because you can
change the flavor.
The potato can, you can change you can modify your potato.
Yeah.
You can
literally do it.
You can do different types of fries. You can put stuff in the potato. Yeah. You could bake the potato. You could fry the potato. I just want to be a potato for real. You could do so much as a potato.
Yeah. You can have it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner as a snack. Potato chips.
Potato chips.
You can literally eat potatoes.
Potatoes are like air. Like, there's 3 forms. Like solid, gas, liquid. It's like potatoes, like fry.
That's so funny.
Baked potato. All the other ones. Oh, when I ate that bowl of corn and hot sauce, like yesterday, when I went to your house?
2 days ago, I think.
We went to whatever that place is called, Antojitos or whatever, and I pooped it out, bro. Oh my God.
Whole? They're all whole, huh?
Not even that. It looked like it just had pattern, like my poop was Gucci or some shit. It had just like corn, like it was like a nice, almost like design on my shit. And
Like
it kept,
Tetris?
yeah, like Tetris, and it kept happening. Like I shit 3-4 times, and it was corn.
You ate hella corn.
A giant bowl of corn.
And you ate a lot. When you grabbed the bowl, I didn't think it was going to be that much. I thought it was going to be like a small bowl.
I'm a skinny guy with boots on eating a bowl full of corn.
With mayonnaise and cheese and hot
Mayonnaise,
sauce.
cheese, hot sauce. The most Mexican.
It's good though, bruh.
It was good. I finished the whole thing.
Yeah.
I ate that thing.
And they
it was
give you
gone.
a small ass spoon.
Yeah.
A long. It has like a long. What's it called?
With a small
Handle?
little head. Yeah.
And then the little mouth part is all tiny.
I had to.
And then Ayana literally took like 2 bites first and threw hers away.
And
She
she's
loves
pregnant.
it. She loves to throw shit away, bro. She loves it. I can't stand it. She'll buy like a drink from like.
Yeah, I'll
you
buy
know?
her a drink, and then it just ends up in the fridge for
She
3
literally
days.
takes like 3 drinks, and then
3
it's
sips.
just.
She's done. It's just the desire to have something new, maybe. Because I'm the same way.
Mm-hmm.
You know me. I'm like one of those girls that loves drinks now.
You're literally
but the guy version of
constantly
that.
eating or drinking.
Constantly eating or drinking.
And you're like halfway done with one, and you're thinking about the next one.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys, what do we want?
Y'all want Starbucks? Y'all want? I don't know why.
Your spending habits, bro. They're gonna change with your new job.
Chill. You ain't gonna expose me like that. But that's when I changed, Jasmine.
Okay.
That's when you become a different person, when you put yourself in different environments,
Yeah.
Jasmine. Come on.
You might
Wake
love.
up.
You might love this job.
No, I'm not.
You never know.
Because it's a job, Jasmine. A job just over broke. Get it straight. You have to wake up from this rat race. You know Andrew Tate? Let me help you, Jasmine.
Hate him. Can't stand him. So annoying.
People have to remember he's also just another guy who's playing you on the internet.
Well, he's
Like, he's
definitely,
marketing-
like, feeding into himself. Like,
Yeah, and that's what I mean.
It's a
Like, he
thing.
knows he's... What's the word?
you know, he's stirring the pot.
He's eye-catching because of the stuff he says and his
Yeah.
ideology, which I don't even know if he really believes in.
I feel like he does.
He might, but it's
he's just,
also like...
over the top with.
Yeah, he's over the top with it. He knows what to do. And I feel like he's too self-aware for it to come off as genuine now. I feel like he's almost playing a character anytime he's on camera. But I also don't know him, so this is all just straight from the dome and
Allegedly.
me, being crazy, thinking about I know a person that I've seen online only.
Only online.
Yeah.
A lot of people feel like that. That's why people get
No,
so attached to
1000%.
people and then they
Celebrity culture.
Yeah.
That's why we have that. Marilyn Monroe.
But how did he get known?
Just off being on podcasts and being like saying crazy shit about girls. But he got rich off of cam girls. He owns like a cam girl site. That's how he got rich.
I did not
He
know
just doesn't
that.
talk about that because that's kind of lewd and
I did not know that.
inappropriate to talk about when he's on podcasts. But that's how he's famous, or that's how he's rich, and he got famous off the internet. And then he also started doing those things where he says it's like an academy, like Big Boy Man Academy, and then join the team, join the group, and become a big boy and get rich. But it's really just like a Discord link, like a Slack link to a bunch of information. A bunch of other guys who also paid, who also paid $600.
That's digital marketing.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
So he has like 2 sources of revenue. But that's how he got rich. How he got famous is just off of being what's the word? Being like when you're saying shit just to get attention. On purpose, like striking or like
I'm not following.
Okay. But you know what I mean though, right?
He's just I know exactly what you mean, but
Okay.
like how to say it in another way. He's like clickbait in real life.
That's what it is.
Oh.
He does clickbait. I don't think that was the word I was looking for, but that's another
But
word that
it's
fits.
just like all clickbait, yeah.
He knows who he is. He knows how he's perceived, so he can lean into it.
Yeah, it's clickbait, but not really because he's actually like
Sure.
saying what the bait is.
Yeah.
But that's like the way he's going about it. Like he's just being extra with.
That's how he markets himself.
Yeah. Oh my god, this guy. Oh my god, I can't stop burping. What else is new? I started a new book. Did I tell you?
What
already?
book?
I forgot what it's called.
Okay.
I think it's called The Things We Never Got Over. It's a romantic one.
Mhm.
It's a new book for the book club.
Yeah, you're in a book club. Explain that.
We're in a club and we read books.
Yeah.
I didn't even finish the last one yet. I'm listening to it because tried reading it. I told you it's too hard. But that one's like fantasy. It's good, but not like my type of book. But I'm still gonna finish it because I obviously want to know what happens. But this new one is another like romance one, but it's like real people.
Okay.
So I'm more into reading that because I know like this is could be a real person, not like the dragons and chicks.
Yeah.
I'm like, none of this is real.
With potions and spells.
Yeah, powers and everything. Yeah, I'm like a few chapters in. It's pretty good. It's just like this girl's a twin, and her twin in the town was like a bad person, and she's coming like to the rescue, but like the people in the town don't like her because of her twin, and they look exactly like each other. So she's kind of like trying to, you know.
Okay, I see it.
Find her own way in there and stuff. And, yeah.
What would you rate it so far?
Like a 3 out of 5.
Okay. Oh, 3 out of 5.
Yeah, but I just started.
Oh yeah.
So I can't really, I'm not like in it yet. It's like 500 fucking pages, bro. I'm like 30 in or something.
Crazy.
So.
I just finished this book. Nervous Energy Harness the Power of Your Anxiety, Dr. Chloe Carmichael.
Okay. And what do you rate it?
It's pretty good. It's all right. That's my rating. It's pretty good. It's all right.
What's a takeaway? Is there like a wow factor in there where you're like, dang? Or like something that just like stuck out to you and you're like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Let me see. I underline the stuff that does stick out to me. I think it's just probably a bunch of quotes. But honestly, the book is about this. She's a therapist, and she's giving each chapter is like a different way to handle your nervous energy, which is just like anxiety.
Yeah.
It's just branded differently.
But is she like speaking from experience?
Yeah, and then other examples she brings up other people who also deal with issues in the same lane, and gives the details on how they fix their issue. So there's a lot of like, this is the idea, here's 2 or 3 examples of the idea, this is how you do it, next chapter.
So kind of like
over and over again,
like Atomic Habits. He's just like,
that's the second thing about self-help books, is that they all kind of have the same structure. It's main idea, then them trying to convince you about their idea, and then examples of it, maybe how you do it, if it's like a how-to. If not, then you just interpret what you learned. But I'd say it's pretty good. If someone who didn't read self-help books wants to get into it, it's a pretty good one.
That one's a good one to start with.
That one's a good one. Because it also gives you all like the general tips. Like it talks about meditation. It talks about creating worry time you set aside to worry about things that aren't really in your control. It talks about making mind maps. I think that's cool. Mind mapping, which is essentially on a paper, on a whiteboard, wherever you can physically write something. Start writing out an issue you're trying to tackle. So it could be like my procrastination on whatever it may be. Like, let's say it's piano. I actually practiced today.
I know. Your picture.
Yeah. Let's say it's piano, and I'm stuck on piano. Okay, I have a whiteboard. I'm going to write piano in the middle. Now, I'm just going to start writing down words that are kind of like thoughts that pop up when I start thinking of piano. So, like the big thing is why I'm stuck on piano. So, it could be like scared of failure, scared of this, scared of that. And then now you have this kind of map of emotions of an idea that you're trying to get over, so you can kind of see the overarching connection between all of it, and crystallize your emotions and be able to see it and then get over them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Because when you said like set time aside to worry.
Yeah.
Almost makes me not want to worry.
Exactly.
Isn't that the whole point? Like I don't want to. From 5 to 5:30, I'm gonna sit here and just worry. Like I don't want to do that.
Well, worry as in like think, okay, what are the things you're trying to do next, and then plan out and stuff like that. But not worry during the time where you should be focusing. Yeah. And not worry during the time where you're with your family.
But it sounds silly. You're like, I'm just gonna worry right now.
Yeah, it's my worry time.
Yeah.
Don't bother me.
That's cool. I like that.
That's what I'm saying. If it's a book for someone who hasn't read self-help books, that's a good book. But I've read a ton, so a lot of the information kind of repeats. Yeah. But I still liked it. It was pretty good. But now I'm still reading the Emotional Intelligence book. I'm about halfway through. It's pretty good, actually. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you like that dummy series? I want to read
mean-
this one for our.
Yeah, you can. You can
Oh.
take it. I mean, it's for dummies. The thing that makes it for dummies is because it goes over everything. So it does like a, in general, overlook of all of emotional intelligence in different scenarios. So like the chapter I'm in is workplace emotional intelligence.
Okay.
So the whole chapter
It's about the work.
is about the workplace, and everything under that, all the sub chapters and different headings, is all about how you can do emotional intelligence at the workplace.
That's cool.
So it's just stuff like that. That's why
I
it's
feel
for
like everyone should read a book like that.
for sure. But that's what I'm
Your
reading.
computer's about to fall, bro.
That's right. Am I reading anything else? I think that's all I'm reading right now. What have you been listening to Jasmine?
Nothing
Is it
but
tutu?
the same song. I'm still stuck on that same show.
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
No.
I
I'm not gonna
know.
watch that shit.
I know. Don't watch it.
I can't bring myself to it.
Don't watch it. I think since the
Oh
last
my
time we
God.
talked about it, I've only watched.
Thrown this thing on my bed 5 times, and each time it falls off, it comes back to me. There you go. There you go.
It wants to be right here so bad. Yeah, don't watch it. I've only watched one other episode since the last time we talked about it, and I'm like, I kind of want to just skip to the end, but I feel like it's gonna start to get good soon. But I don't know. I'm like literally, I think on episode 8. So fuck, there's only like 4 left, 5 left.
But that's like 4 hours.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it should be starting to get good soon.
True. Wrapping everything up.
We'll see. It's kind of dumb right now.
I've been listening to some jazz music.
Mm-hmm.
Some new jazz, so it's a little modern. Erica Badu.
Yeah, I like her. When you get into new music, is it because you like hear it out somewhere?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, if I, that's the only way I find new music is you gotta be proactive about it. So if there's a song like at a store, at an H&M or at the record store, the
Mhm.
person usually controls the music, so they're playing music they like.
Mm-hmm.
So if I like something, I'll just Shazam it, pull it
Oh,
out.
yeah.
I use Shazam all the time.
I know people make fun of that, like Pandora, but I have
Yeah.
Shazam on my
Well,
phone too.
I think Shazam's more useful than Pandora. Pandora's old, and you used Pandora.
I still use it.
But
I one of the guys from that podcast, Zane and Heath, he uses Pandora too,
yeah,
and they always talk shit about it all the time. But he says the same thing I do. He's like, I just like that you just pick the thing and it sets.
that's
You don't
it.
have to worry about
Yeah.
anything. It's so simple. And if I open
Some people need
Spotify,
that.
I'm like, I
Yeah,
can't do it.
There's too much.
It is
You
too
don't
much.
know. You have to guide yourself. You have to know what you like. Sometimes you just want to vibe.
Yeah,
Play the vibe.
Pandora is the vibe.
I get that.
Pandora sponsor me. I'm your
That's
number
why
one.
They're missing out. Spotify and Apple Music should have that, like their own version of it.
Yeah,
Like if you're just too lazy to make a playlist, or like
yeah,
go to one that they made for you, just have a
yeah.
vibes option. But yeah, that's how I do it. I just Shazam, or sometimes if I like someone, I'll see who's featured on them,
Oh, that's
and then
a
go
good
to their
one.
music. Or maybe if I like someone, I'll go to the very bottom of their profile. It'll say like fans also like yada 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 these 3 other people,
That's a
or
good one.
also featured in, and it shows them in other people's albums. So it's a lot of just hopping.
But see, that's kind of where I do need to get Spotify or Apple Music,
Yeah.
because on Pandora you can't just search like.
Pandora's just stations.
Yeah, it's just stations.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what's holding me back from like actually listening to artists themselves.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and you should do it. Because honestly, a lot of people don't look for new music. Like, they
No.
don't search for new music.
No,
They'll just, whatever's popular, which
whatever
is
they
fine.
hear, yeah.
Or just whatever their friend tells them is good, which is fine. But, like,
Mhm.
they themselves go look for music.
Mhm.
And if you do that, and if you find cool stuff and you show people are like, wow, you know music. It's like, no, I just spent 30
Yeah.
minutes yesterday
Yeah.
in a hole looking for new music, and then that's what I found.
So what's the song right now that you like?
Oops. It's called Miro, but it's a jazz song, but it has a cool sample in the beginning. But Miro, I've been listening to the Future album. I've been listening to Gary Clark Jr., but I mentioned that yesterday.
Yesterday.
Or last
Oh.
episode. Not yesterday. My brain is frying. But a lot of the same stuff from last week. But that's it.
Chill, me either. What's the time?
53. We've been at, it's about 50 minutes this episode. So do you want to end it?
Freaking tooth is hurting. I feel like you talked a lot this time. I feel like I
Yeah.
didn't really say much.
I think I did. Well, you had that whole dentist part.
Oh yeah.
So that was you yapped a little bit.
Next time I'll talk about my
You
bird
yammered.
story. Yam.
You yammed.
Yam?
Yammered?
Yam. Yapper.
No. Remember in the first episode?
We're
Was it
yapping.
in the first episode?
Wait, is it yammer?
Yamming.
Yamming.
Because I said yammer as like a joke, remember?
Okay, yeah, yamming.
Because I said it was the you were
Pick
a yammer with a hard R.
Pick a word.
Wait up. Pick a letter.
W.
Wait up. Yeah, yammer.
Yammer.
Whimper or
I'll
chatter.
yammer about my burn story next time, but it's not that long, so don't get crazy. But it's a little story.
You said W?
Mhm.
Got it. Any page?
Any. Just point your finger. What calls you?
Wedge.
What the fuck?
A V-shaped object used for splitting, raising, forcing open, or tightening. Wedging. Tighten or split with a wedge.
A wedgie.
Weed. Oh, it's the plant. Though.
It's the plant,
Yeah, I
like
think we
the
talked about
weeds
that last
outside.
time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, I want some new words, but then I look at these
You know a lot.
and
Wow.
I know a lot of them. You know, humble brag. Freudian slip.
We just don't know how to use them, but we've heard
Yeah,
them before.
I can't put them in practice, but I look at like Welsh rare.
Yeah, we're smart.
Yeah, we are. Westerly, westward. West. I don't even know what does that even mean. Oh, the camera died. It means it's time to go.
Westerly, west, what?
It starts off with west, which is obviously to or toward the west, or as an adjective, situated toward or at or coming of some set. What? Coming from the west.
We're lost.
Direction
It's
of
just
sunset.
west. It's just like
Region
south,
of the west, but then they
east,
have
north,
westerly
west.
and westward and western. All right. That's the end of episode 5. Thank you for watching. That was 5 episodes.
Yeah. So if I was a little low, sorry guys, my freaking mouth is hurting.
No.
But next week I'll be on and popping. I'll finish the book.
Finish
We'll
the
do
book.
the
We'll eat the chip. It's gonna be a good episode.
You'll have your new job. We'll talk about that. We'll
Yeah.
have some updates. My burn story.
Yeah, your burn story. You lost both of your legs. You actually lost both of your legs and both of your arms, and we had them
That's not funny.
surgically
Some people
implanted.
do, but they're like, yeah, those big ass legs on camera. Okay, girl, those didn't go anywhere.
All right, thank you guys.
Peace.
Follow, subscribe,
Oh.
comment.
And the TikTok, we'll leave it down below.
Yes,
The TikTok and perhaps the Instagram. So go follow that.
maybe. Peace.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Bye.